I'm Sohnjee. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time checking me out, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate your support. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button as well as the bell so that you will be notified when I upload new content. So that being said, let's get into this video. We are discussing Aquarius. Well, who's an Aquarius? An Aquarius is anyone born on or between January 20th through February the 18th. Aquarius is the 11th sun sign of the astrological chart, and they're known as our water bearers. So, if you're an Aquarius, this video is about you. Let's get into it. Let's talk about some basic common traits attributed to the Aquarian. Now, of course, you could be that special Aquarian unicorn that none of these things apply to, and that's quite all right. We're not talking about you. But for the general masses, we're discussing common traits of the Aquarian. So, what are they? Let's talk about it. Aquarians are an exciting blend of mischief and deep thought. If you're looking for mental stimulation, fun, and sexiness in your partner, well, look no further. You're going to get that in your Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is unlikely to be interested in winning the approval or compliments of other people. They just don't need it. They're very self-confident people, and they already know what they know about themselves. So you saying it, that's great, but do they need it? Not so much. They're often very bold, non-conforming, and sometimes shocking in what they say and in what they do. Now, Aquarius tend to be relatively detached people at the start of relationships. It is quite common for those involved in Aquarius relationships to question where they stand with their partners because Aquarians tend to be aloof initially. Now, this works well if you are a sun sign that is independent, but this can cause a lot of problems or confusion if you are a sun sign partner that requires feedback. Now, our Aquarians are known as the scientists of the zodiac because they tend to question most things rather than just accept them at face values. Now, Aquarians have a very healthy disregard for tradition and social expectations just because. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to find that your Aquarius does traditional things. Of course they do. But they do it because they choose to do it, not because society tells them to. That's the difference. Now, if something doesn't make sense to your Aquarian, the first thing they're going to do is suggest that you change it. First, they're going to ask you why you do that. Then they're going to tell you that it does make sense. And then they're going to ask you to please change it. Now, Aquarians are also known to have very unique points of view, which makes them quite fascinating to other people. Aquarians can come across as detached or distant or even cold at times, but that's not true because Aquarians are also known to be the humanitarians of the astrological chart. So, one thing about the Aquarian is that although they seem distant from you, the fact is that they can become distracted by their own deep thoughts. And they are big picture people as opposed to people, if you understand what I mean. They appreciate an intellectual and independent partner with an unconventional mind who isn't too emotionally needy. All right? Now, some of the things that you will find that your Aquarian might like will be fun with friends. Friendship is very important to Aquarians. They value it. So one of the number one things you want to do with your Aquarian is to become their friend. They also enjoy helping others. They are quite the intellectual, great conversationalists, but also fantastic listeners. Aquarians are known to regurgitate word for word something that you said to them prior to. So you want to be very sure to watch your words when you're conversing with an Aquarian, because not only are they giving you feedback, they're also listening quite contently to everything it is that you're saying. Now, they want someone they can communicate with, and although the Aquarians are passionate and uninhibited by their thoughts, they really do need you to be someone that they can befriend before anything else. Now, the quality and balance of your relationship will largely be determined by the mental connection that you have with your Aquarian, okay? Now, here are some of the things that a lot of Aquarians are found to dislike. They don't like limitations. They don't believe in limitations in most cases. Most Aquarians believe you can do whatever you set your mind to do. They also don't like broken promises. So if you're one of those people that has a tendency to just promise, and not follow through, you are not going to make it with your Aquarian. They also don't like dull or boring situations, and they're known to not really like people who disagree with them. Because after all, Aquarians fancy themselves to be quite intellectual, and they put deep thought into their thoughts. So if they think that you are discounting their point of view towards a situation, good luck with that. Now, some weaknesses you may find in an Aquarian is that they have a tendency to run from emotional expression. They would prefer that you give them a logical point of view as opposed to how you feel about it. They can be temperamental. They can be uncompromising once they have decided that this is the way they think about it. And of course, they are known to be romantically aloof. So, the way that you find yourself spending quality and fantastic time with an Aquarian is that you must first capture their mind, become their friend, and then you will capture their heart. Okay? So that's how you do it. Those are some basic generalities about Aquarian people. Now, of course, we're just comparing sun signs here, and this is just giving us a broad brush stroke to what your interactions could be like with an Aquarian. Now, of course, if you're that unicorn Aquarian that this doesn't apply to you, well then, okay, it doesn't apply to you. But for the rest of us, we're going to take a look at how your sun sign compares with our intellectually aloof Aquarius. So stay tuned and see how you match up with Aquarian right after this. Hello, Aquarius with Libra. Welcome to your matchup. Now, Aquarius and Libra is a very good matchup. It is typically light and fun, and you should have plenty of things in common between the two of you. Now, there is a natural mental connection, and Libra will absolutely love Aquarius's fast mind and their desire to question everything in an objective and intriguing way. So Libra will actually enjoy that about you, Aquarius. Now, you're both fun-loving, rational, objective, and excellent communicators. So the exchanges between the two of you will not only be interesting, but they will be, for the most part, lighthearted and fun. Both of you are very sociable, exciting, and carefree people. You both want a lover who is your best friend first and foremost. That is important to both Libra and Aquarius, that your mate is also your friend. And this will potentially be a best friend who you can always find fun and interesting and stimulating conversation between the two of you. Now, this is typically, like I said, a lighthearted and fun matchup. The commonality between the two of you and the natural mental connection should help to keep the two of you engaged in one another for quite some time. Now, Aquarius will enjoy the romantic and harmonious way that Libras make them feel, as Libras are ruled by Venus, the goddess of love. So that romantic side that Libra is going to bring to the table, Aquarius will absolutely love, and Libra will enjoy the many adventures and the many different ways in which to engage that Aquarius is guaranteed to bring to the table. And the first potential negative area, however, in this matchup in particular, is that Libra can sometimes be a little bossy. Okay? Most people don't know that about a Libra. But a Libra can sometimes be quite demanding about what they want. And Aquarius is likely to have a secret rebellious streak. So, bossy Libra, as you're going along making your demands and you have certain things, the ways that you want things done, the rebellious side of Aquarius will begin to buck the system. Not so much because they disagree with what it is that you are wanting, Libra, but because Aquarius doesn't like to be told what to do. So, look out for that, because they may just buck against the system just for the sake of doing so, and not necessarily because they disagree with you. So you want to watch out for that. You might want to ask them, do you really disagree with this, Aquarius? Or do you disagree with the fact that I happen to want you to do it? So that's a communication style, and that's something that Aquarius and Libra will have to work on. And we'll talk about that in part 2. Now, be warned, Libra, if you get too bossy with Aquarius, you may find that they just continue to do the exact opposite of what you said, which is quite frustrating. But they will do it. All right? So, this on general principle, remember, Aquarians don't like to be told what to do. You must remember that you should ask them. And you should ask them what they think about it, just so that you can get along. And it's actually quite respectful to do it that way. Just saying, Libra. All right? You also don't want to make an Aquarian feel restricted in what they do or how they're doing it. Remember, our Aquarians are free thinkers and free flowing. They are fluid, although they're fixed. They are fluid in how they think and how they do things. They do what feels good to them at the time. So you're going to have to make the adjustments, Libra, in knowing that your Aquarian is thinking about their next move, and they're going to do what feels good to them, regardless of whether or not you really understand it. It's also likely that Libra will want to commit long before Aquarius does. So you're going to have to make a mental note of that, Libra, and just know that if that Aquarian is spending time with you and spending time talking to you and engaging with you and reaching out to you often and regularly, that Aquarian is into you. So just relax. So even though they haven't said it, it's not so much what the Aquarian has said, it is what that Aquarian is doing with their time. Now, don't be put off, Libra. Aquarius are notoriously independent people, and it's not due to any reservation about you or the relationship. It's just who they are. So we're going to talk about that little bossy streak that you have, Libra, and how that you can phrase certain things so that you can get the Aquarius in your life to go along with the system instead of buck it over and over again. We'll talk about that in part 2 to keep you guys from being frustrating to one another and also keep this really good matchup even greater. If you're in an Aquarius Libra relationship and you would like to share your experiences or stories, please feel free to do so in the comments section. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'd appreciate it very much if you would like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on part 2. Contact me on Instantgo if you would like some personal coaching. You can find the information for that in the description box down below. Until next time, see you on part 2. Take care, Aquarius with Libra. Bye-bye.